Welcome, everybody, to our second episode of Foreign Quickies. And we are here today to talk to you about bound volumes and pulled from bound and what that is. So, a lot of you have probably seen discounted foreign keys that say pulled from bound. And, I get the question a lot what that is. So, we're going to talk about that here today. So when you hear the term pulled from bound, you're going to have a comic that is like this. Its spine is going to be usually completely ripped off because this has been glued somewhere else. A lot of times it will be missing the back cover, um, and it'll have, that was a square bound. It'll have a destroyed spine like this. And this is because it was pulled out of a bound volume through different methods. This is a bound volume. This is where all those comics come out of. And one thing to keep in mind, every time one of these comes to market, it means another one of these was destroyed to make it. So these are going to be made in a variety of ways. There's no, pattern to them. Even within each country, they would do their own thing. But as you can see, they have several issues in here. Each of those little whites is a front cover of another issue they put in here. And many times it would contain multiple titles. Like here you see we have Daredevil, and then you have Hulk in here. You have Spider-Man in here. See some of the Hulk there. They come with the pinups and everything in there. So you get some really unique combinations here. And these are really cool, especially when you consider the fact that they keep getting destroyed. And then sometimes you get really big keys in there, like this one here. This has the Hulk 180 181 in it. All right. So this is the very famous first print Spain black and white Wolverine as 180 and 181. It's a huge key. Now, if we took this out of here, it would greatly diminish the value because it'd be pulled from bound. It would have a destroyed spine. But you don't see these bound volumes come to market a lot. And in my opinion, this should be at a premium because it's not destroyed. This is preserved and it's in good shape. It's in here, professionally done with some great preservation. So you have these amazing pieces of history here, preserved, collected, and, in good condition. And people are destroying them left and right because they want that cover on the front. And so they're giving up the good spine to get that. But every one of these that exists means these are destroyed. And so as time goes on, my opinion is these are going to become more and more and more valuable till they really start seeing some nice premiums, especially the ones with the bigger keys in it, like this one with that Hulk 180 181. I mean, how many out there exist with that? And how many are destroyed? Each year, more are getting destroyed because people are taking them out. So you have more bound copies, pulled from bound copies coming to market, and less bound copies existing for everyone that's created. So you're getting a dynamic that's really eating up the supply that's not going to be replenished, in my opinion. Now, you could go out, there's a difference. You could go out today and make new bound editions, and those aren't going to be quite as valuable. They're not going to have, the provenance and the history that the ones do when they're made in the country, basically not this century. You want ones made in the 20th century. And then those are going to have the cultural significance around them. They're going to have the history around them, and they're going to be, in my opinion, more valuable over time. Now, I may be wrong. Again, that's just my opinion. But I will be adding these to my collection whenever I can because I am a big believer in them. So there you have it. Just a brief overview because I do get that question a lot. What is pulled from bound? So now you guys have a better idea of what it is. And again, with these, there's no standard. Every country, you can have multiple styles within one country. Some will have the titles handwritten on the side. Some of them will have them professionally done. Some will have titles on the cover. So there's a lot of different variants within these bound volumes. This is a pretty nice one here. But yeah, it's a whole other rabbit hole you can go down in foreign comics. I haven't got into it a lot, but I will. It's one I've been wanting to explore for a while. So you're going to start to see a taste of it now and more as time goes on. So there you go, a brief overview of bound volumes and pulled from bound issues and what that is in the world of foreign comics. In American comics, it's definitely looked on as a downside if you have something pulled from bound, obviously. To me, in the foreign world, it's more acceptable. Again, that's just my opinion. But because a lot of them were created, as just part of their culture to preserve them, I don't see it as such a detriment when you have these pulled from bound issues, and you get them at a discount as well. So, but getting them in their original form in these bound volumes, that is the way to go, in my opinion. So, if you see a good deal on a bound volume, I wouldn't pass it up if I were you. There you go. That is going to be episode 2 of Foreign Quickies. Thanks for checking us out. Please follow us on Instagram and whatnot here on YouTube. Like and subscribe. And we will see you every Tuesday on Whatnot at 9 p.m. Eastern and every Saturday also on Instagram Live for all foreign comic sales. Thanks a lot and have a good one.